All right, so Nike's had a pretty good year rebranding some of its Nike running line, and I wanted to go ahead and compare two of the great ones right now with you guys and let you guys know which is the better of the two, in my opinion at least. And so hopefully you guys find this video somewhat informative. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe and all that other stuff. So with this new lineup that we have from Nike, we have the regular Nike Vomero, then we have the Vomero Plus, and then we're going to have a Vomero Premium later. Similar with the Pegasus line, you have the regular Nike Pegasus, which was the 41 this last year. Then you have the Nike Pegasus Plus, which is, I guess, the counterpart here because these are both pluses. And then after that, you have the Nike Pegasus Premium. So I wanted to go ahead and compare more or less these two shoes together because I guess this is the upper echelon of what we have available right now. Again, the Nike Vomero Premium will be out later, and then I can compare all six of them side by side if you guys are interested in that video. I have my Pegasus 41 somewhere as well, but I also do have my Vomero 18 here. So I could have just honestly done a video comparison between the Vomero Plus and the Pegasus Plus. There's lots of things to like about both of these shoes. They're primarily just completely different models. And to be 100% fair, the Pegasus Premium and the Vomero Plus are completely different as well. So really, it's not much to compare because they're completely different rides on feet. They are Nike running sneakers though, and that's the one thing that they have in common, as well as that they have some of the same cushioning in the midsole. But that aside, I did want to give you guys some metrics on both of them and let you guys know kind of which is the better one for me, which is the better one maybe for you as well, depending on the things that you're looking for in your footwear. So let's go ahead and get in the video. So let's talk about the Vomero Plus first, and the weight of this shoe is 10.4 ounces roughly in my size 9.5. The Pegasus Premium is 11.7 ounces, so much heavier pair. The Pegasus Plus, however, is 8.9, and the Vomero 18 is 10.9 ounces. The main reason why this shoe shines so much more over the regular Vomero is the fact that you have Zoom X and React X in the 18, but in the Vomero Plus, you actually have a full-length Zoom X through the entire midsole, which makes this an absolute beast. So I'll tell you straight out of the gate from the beginning of the video, if you're looking for which is the most comfortable out of these two, for me, my opinion, like 100%, there's no question, the more comfortable of the two is the cheaper option, the Vomero Plus. This one is $180. This one, I believe, is $210 at retail. It's heavier. It is not as comfortable overall. But that shouldn't necessarily discount the idea of buying the Pegasus Premium because this is an exceptionally fun shoe as well. And one of the reasons why I think the Pegasus Premium should be considered is because of all of the crazy tech in this shoe. If you're definitely like a tech fan, the overall look of this shoe is insane when you get them in hand. I love the upper. The upper is like fly knit and then fused on layers over top. You also have these like premium details like the Nike swooshes look premium. And then you get to this crazy midsole, and it's actually three different technologies. You have the Zoom X on the top for the softer part. You have the Nike Air Zoom in the midsole where you could see the visible columns. And then you have the Nike React X on the bottom layer. So somewhat similar to the Vomero 18s, you have React X and Zoom X mixed in both in the midsole. But now you have the Air Zoom in the middle, sandwiched between the two foams, and it's a pretty incredible ride. It's definitely super crazy, super soft, super like squishy and stuff, but to a detriment almost because it is a little bit like unbalanced sort of feeling. And I think that that is the advantage of something like the Vomero. You have all this crazy foam on the midsole, and it's also a wider base on the Vomero 18. So because of the narrowness of the heel in the Pegasus Premium, I would say that this is fairly unstable comparison to the Vomero 18s and the Vomero Pluses. It's not unbearable, but it's definitely noticeable, especially the way that the Air Zoom sandwich in between. It just feels a little bit unnatural feeling. That being said, there's still the cool wow factor of all of the different tech here. Just the overall build structure of what they created. I really like the overall look of the Pegasus Premium, but because of all the tech that they have in this shoe and just the way that the aesthetics look in this model, it is more expensive at like $210 as I mentioned. But I actually prefer the look of this shoe over top of the Vomero Pluses. So the Vomero Plus is just bigger, chunkier, kind of weird looking comparison. This is just crazy, futuristic, like the future of air sort of vibes in this shoe. And I definitely like that overall feeling. I do wish it was just a little bit wider in the heel. I also did want to point out this shoe is fairly breathable. I would say more breathable than the Vomero 18s and the Vomero Pluses because you do have a larger gauge mesh for the tongue and then some very open air vent holes for the forefoot as well. And it's kind of misleading when you look in the shoe. It looks like it's gusseted, but it's actually not the tongue that's gusseted. It's actually a layer of material that folds over and then comes through the side where it has like lots of extra holes here where, again, it's very, very breathable. I also like the Pegasus wings on the heel here where it just sticks out. Something about that looks really cool. So the pros of the Pegasus Premium for me, again, the fact that it just looks really cool. The overall tech layers in here, the upper, the breathability, the fact that this is kind of like the futuristic version of the Nike Air sneaker is pretty cool. And another pro, it is obviously very comfortable underfoot as well. You definitely have a crazy amount of heel squish, and the forefoot is noticeable as well. So definitely a really interesting, crazy cushion ride when you put these on your feet. I also like that it's infused in that Nike Air and the Pegasus DNA. The Pegasus is basically their major running line that they've had through the years. 41 versions as we've seen the Pegasus 41s. So I like that there's a lot of heritage behind this model. On the con side, again, it is a little bit heavier than your other pairs out here. And then also it is $210, so the price point is also very heavy. The midsole technology, having 3 different types of Nike proprietary foams and air units and stuff is awesome, but it does feel a little bit unstable in the heel. I would say the pros of the Vomero Plus, for me personally, this is the winner. It's the best, most comfortable pair that Nike's created. It's the replacement for the Invincible Run at the $180 price point. With the full-length Zoom X in this midsole, it's felt unbelievably good. The thing is, it's not just crazy comfortable, like you have crazy squishy feels when you walk around them. The heel-toe transition, like the forefoot section specifically, has a lot of extra bounce, but you also feel it when you're running in them because they're really like quite responsive. The Zoom X has a nice propulsive snapback like when you're running in them. I thought it was just going to be more of like a recovery foam sort of thing, but it truly is Zoom X where you feel a pop and a snapback every time you're running. So I feel like it's a pretty versatile runner on that side of things, but also it's versatile for the fact that you can wear these on a regular basis. This could be your Costco shoe, this could be your mall sneaker as well, your vacation shoe. It's just overall really crazy feeling on feet. Very, very comfortable. Maybe too much foam for some people. If you don't like as much foam as this one offers and you like something a little bit sleeker, then you could always go this route as well. The Pegasus Premiums. The Pegasus Premiums are $180 as well. Flyknit construction on here is great, but it is a smaller stack of foam, even smaller than on the Vomero 18. So if you want a tiering system of like the lowest stack to the biggest stack, I would say Pegasus regular 41s, Pegasus Premiums, then I would say Vomero 18s after that, Pegasus Premiums after that, and then finally the plushest of them all, as of now at least, the Vomero Pluses. Now the Vomero Premiums again are supposed to be even crazier than these, and hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on those when they come out because I'm very curious to see how that stacks up against this literally, because this I feel like is like the perfect pair. I don't know how you can get better than this. More foam doesn't always mean better, like it could be just too much foam. Like this is the right amount and the width of the shoe. It makes this a pretty balanced pair where you're not feeling like you're gonna roll an ankle because the foam stack is still really, really big. You still feel like a nice amount of squish and it kind of just rolls into it instead of like feels like it's going to snap. So I want to call that out. Also, I love the plushness around this collar. I think that is great. The breathability is fairly decent on this shoe as well. The mesh is nice, and you do have a nice amount of traction on the outsole as well. I would say from the con side of things though, it's not the most attractive looking shoe because it is so crazy bulbous. However, I actually really like this colorway, and the gradient fade of that red from this midsole I think looks really good close and afar. But comparative to like a couple of these other models out here, like if I had to go strictly off of looks, I would say that the Pegasus Plus actually is my favorite looking because it just is such a sleek, fun looking model. The Vomero Plus is just a little bit bigger and bulbous looking and not as attractive, not as sleek looking. But it's not made to be sleek, it's made to be plus, and it definitely is plus size with this midsole. Other than that, I mean, this is pretty much, as I already mentioned, like the perfect like comfort sneaker from Nike. It offers the maximum amount of cushioning that feels great heel to toe. The width is excellent. The upper is pretty good. Maybe it could be a little bit better. I mean, the Pegasus Premium upper is amazing. I love this upper comparison to the Vomero. But at the end of the day, you're also saving 30 bucks or so at this price point. So I think that for me, the winner is clear. The Vomero Plus is definitely my shoe of choice over the Pegasus Premium, at least for comfort, not necessarily for looks or heritage, because I really like the look of the Pegasus Premium. But if you guys want to buy any of the shoes that I'm talking about out here, the Vomero 18s, the Vomero Pluses, the Pegasus 41s, the Pluses, or the Premiums, I will link them in the description of the video. If you guys use those links, it supports the channel directly. It lets the people over at Nike know that you guys support the channel. I can't thank you guys enough for anybody that actually supports with any of those purchases. Greatly appreciated. But you can also support the channel by subscribing, liking the video, and following for more content, because I should have some more stuff coming. So hopefully I'll get the Vomero Premiums when they end up releasing, and check back and I should have that video when they are available. But have a good rest of the day. Thank you again for stopping in and watching. And if you guys have any feedback, pros or cons or whatever of any of the models that I already discussed, leave a comment in the comment section for your guys' thoughts. I appreciate y'all for being here, and have a good rest of the day. All right, peace guys.